Manslaughter is a serious form of homicide in English criminal law, but it differs from murder in one crucial respect. The defendant does not possess the intention to kill or cause grievous bodily harm. While a person may still be legally responsible for causing death, the law recognizes that not all killings carry the same degree of blameworthiness. Manslaughter acts as a safety valve in the justice system. It accounts for cases where the defendant's conduct is unlawful or grossly negligent, yet the mental element required for murder is absent. There are three main categories of manslaughter: voluntary manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter by unlawful and dangerous act, and gross negligence manslaughter. Voluntary manslaughter occurs when a defendant would otherwise be guilty of murder but a partial defense applies. These defenses include loss of control, diminished responsibility, and killing in the context of a suicide pact. They reduce murder to manslaughter because the defendant's mental state or circumstances lessen their culpability. A leading case on diminished responsibility is R versus Dietschmann. The defendant killed the victim while suffering from an abnormality of mental functioning. Although he had consumed alcohol, the court accepted that his mental condition substantially impaired his responsibility. As a result, the conviction was reduced from murder to manslaughter. Loss of control, another partial defense, was developed to recognize circumstances where a defendant acts violently due to a breakdown in self-control. In R versus Clinton, the Court of Appeal confirmed that certain provocative circumstances may justify reducing murder to manslaughter if they cause the defendant to lose control in a way recognized by law. The second category is involuntary manslaughter by unlawful and dangerous act. This type requires the defendant to intentionally perform an unlawful act that is objectively dangerous and results in death, even if the defendant did not foresee the fatal outcome. The classic authority is R versus Church. In this case, the court held that an act is dangerous if all sober and reasonable people would recognize the risk of some harm to another person. The defendant does not need to foresee death; the danger itself is enough when combined with the unlawful act. Another key case is R versus Larkin, where the defendant threatened a man with a razor blade during a confrontation. A woman accidentally fell onto the blade and died. The initial act was unlawful and dangerous, and the resulting death made the defendant guilty of manslaughter even though he did not intend harm to her specifically. The third category is gross negligence manslaughter. This occurs when the defendant owes a duty of care, breaches that duty in a grossly negligent manner, and causes death. The conduct must be so serious that it amounts to a criminal offense. The leading case is R versus Adomako. A hospital anesthetist failed to notice that a patient's oxygen tube had become disconnected. The patient died, and the House of Lords held that the doctor's failure was so grossly negligent that it justified criminal liability for manslaughter. This case established the modern test for gross negligence: duty, breach, causation, and a level of negligence that the jury finds truly criminal. Manslaughter therefore captures a wide range of situations, from killings caused by loss of control, to deaths resulting from dangerous acts, to fatalities caused by extreme carelessness. What unites these forms is the absence of the specific intention required for murder, yet the presence of conduct serious enough to hold the defendant criminally accountable. Understanding the doctrine of manslaughter helps explain why some unlawful killings result in murder convictions while others do not. The law aims to ensure that the punishment reflects the offender's mental state, level of blameworthiness, and the circumstances surrounding the death. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and click the notification bell for more legal topics, powerful discussions, and exciting new videos coming your way.